Alright. Hello. 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 Hi. It is me again. I persist. And this is of the devil. This is a very narrative-centric game. I don't know why I went with those words. We are about halfway through Case 1, Episode 1, whatever you want to call it. So yeah. That's a spoiler warning. We got through, I guess, the first hearing? Trial? I don't know what you want to call it. Regardless, we shall be continuing. And hopefully I can finish this before I am placed in the device on Monday. Now, you may be aware that it is July 4th. I wanted to say coincidentally, but it's not really a coincidence at all. The 250th July 4th, since the United States of America was founded. And for that reason, there will be fireworks at random intervals. Not on stream, but in real life, outside of my house. And this will scare my dogs, so I may need to take more frequent breaks than usual, because the pups do need to be helped a little bit here. It scares them. It's a loud, random noise. It scares them real bad. Thunder gets them too, but we are going to continue. We are on high roller mode. We ball or we do not play at all. Reyes. Morning, detective. Back at it nice and early. Hi. Almost got this thing open. Are we too loud? I don't feel like we're too loud, but I still want to turn it down a little bit. More than that. Maybe around there. Oh, they're blowing the damn wall up? Would you like to know the password? Yes, I know the password. God. Toy with her. I will hit you. Adonai. There we go. So, boys, if I ask you if there's a passkey record, oh my god. I do want to say that we really don't get many opportunities to use the incendiary breaching system. This is still a really valuable experience for all of us. Gloves, all the black. It's not a work thing. You dress like a doorman on the weekends. Em and I were at the courthouse until morning, pouring over the day to Sarah, had taken off David's computer. We knew it'd be inadmissible, but neither of us wanted to miss a hint the other might find. A journal, huh? Mostly bottom with your... You can look up your own ass. I get it. Search. Alright, let's see. Here. It's too detailed and boring. Model replica. A chessboard. Lorenz adamant. The last great fossil fuel automotive experience the world will ever see. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour to 1.3 seconds. Hmm. And what else here? Data pad? Okay. God. Remain in control of their legally protected intellectual... Oh, God. Lawsuits than ever, maybe? I'd say more sales, really. Hmm. Hmm. There's a programmer, but this looks consumer grade. Hmm. Oh! A worn journal. Neat, even words. Small lettering with minimal punctuation. Lots of line breaks, haphazard use of capitalization. Penmanship of a coder. Hmm. 2 months or so, and that's still sensitive. Hmm. 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 Brain gets better at ignoring the eye. Okay. Hmm. Elective surgeon to upsell you for that curious. Okay. Bad day. Errors in lines 211 to 2. Okay. 5,000 lines. It worked yesterday. I want to look at another screen for the rest of my life. Hmm. Hit a wall. Okay. Ellen says I can't call it stealing, but that's what it is. She's right, as she always is with company stuff. Still idiotic. Small people with short sight who only know how to be cheap and have no idea how to be inventive. Hmm. Hmm. Too damn big, practically tentacles, should at least be hairs. Hmm. Man horn lipstick across her office door. Oh, God. The thing about Red is if you want to know what she's thinking, you have to stop paying attention. Ignore her body language and her posture and the words she's saying and the smirk on her lips. Ignore everything except her eyes. If you can do that every now and then, you'll catch a glimpse of how she's really feeling. You can tell when Morgan's trying really hard not to laugh at the word man whore. I'm never driving anywhere again, never leaving home again. He was waiting outside the parking garage with a bottle. I couldn't smell anything, couldn't hear anything. Locked myself in my car and filed another point with another cop. They took me to the seat, ruined it. I want to burn the whole car. I don't want to think about what it did to my clothes. I want to burn them too. I don't want to think about how long it was on my skin. I was in the shower so long I felt red and raw when I got out. I don't want to think about these stupid people and their small, cruel lives ever again. I want to be invisible. Fred didn't ask why I wanted to spend the night. She also didn't ask why I had clearly packed a bag big enough for a week. He's kind like that. Kind by omission. None of a kind bone in my body, but I can at least try to pay attention. I was paying close attention to her eyes when she opened the door and saw what a mess I was. Whatever she was feeling wasn't something I recognized. Feels like pure freedom, working outside the box. Death is suffocating, but you'd never know. Chronic malnutrition of a coder's best instincts. Like a kid again, putting blocks together, making things, not products. There's nothing profitable about any of this. If I'm being honest, this is just play. Humility is the mother of all invention, or something like that. Feels like I might be paraphrasing someone else poorly. That's part of the new approach. When it comes to coding, you never want to waste time trying to be smart. Either be smart, period, or copy from someone else who is. Don't fix what isn't broken. Baby steps today, literally. I'll never put one foot in front of the other the same again. Everything's an achievement all of a sudden. Seeing her struggle, seeing her vulnerable. It's like everything's a miracle. The muscle rigging is perfect. Not intended behavior, since it's too perfect. That's been happening more and more. Kinetics are multiplicative, not additive. Sarah maxed out every machine I bought. I've got a bunch of exercise equipment she's too strong for, and I don't have time for. Maybe I spoiled the results by watching her do the tests. She kept looking back at me and puffing her chest out. I should be more discreet if I want to see her normative range. Sarah is burning through the public domain at a prodigious pace, especially on Popcorn Friday nights. I asked her why they're called Popcorn Friday nights when she doesn't eat popcorn. The event runs from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., and she also watches movies every other night. But she just did that pout she does, which is unfortunately very convincing. Maybe I'm a bad parent, letting TV rot her brain. If I were a good parent, I'd probably let her see me reading. I guess I'd actually have to get back into reading, so I asked if she ever fast-forwarded through the movies, and she can process them fast enough to keep up. She looked at me like I was an idiot, which no one's done in a long time. Without proper pacing, you can't appreciate the cinematography. Big pause. Don't you know that, Father? I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. Oh, god damn it. Hold on. Sadie needs to be let out. The fireworks are getting her. Alright. We might have a lot of that. Sadie is very scared of fireworks, the poor pup. Right now, she's next to me. She knows who's in the house. I'm a little jerky, I don't know why. Don't mind my dinghy. Move this over a little, actually, yeah. Okay, good. Good. No, my dinghy's still out. Ah. Okay. You're unmuted. Excellent. Good. Not making any stupid mistakes. Awesome. Okay. Sarah spent a long while this morning explaining to me how important it was she develop her senses. This was in preparation for her real argument, which was that she should be allowed to try booze. She can't get drunk. I'm almost certain she can't get drunk, but she doesn't seem to like tasting the stuff. She tried to sound like some old sommelier. It was just bottom shelf vodka. I started laughing at her, and she laughed too. Her laugh. She can't fake a laugh to save her life, but her actual laugh is incredible. She stopped playing chess a while back. I assumed she just got tired of winning. But then today she told me she just prefers other games. She has preferences, and they're not the same as mine. I found her in the lab, playing some kind of online racing game on the motor I used to debug vestibular coordination. She wasn't smiling. Her brow was furrowed, and she was biting her lip and leaning in tandem with the character on the screen. When I tried to talk to her, she answered, but she was curt and distracted. I think she was having her first losing tantrum. God. God, it's dated Thursday, the day before he died. Losing it, I think. Can't ask for help, so hard to say, but I think it's over. I have to talk to her ASAP. She needs to... God. Shimmering like some sort of scanner, or a fingerprint reader. New device requesting permissions to share an audio file. Oh, my earbuds for this. A secret message buried in a secret journal, hidden in a secret compartment in a secret room. As much as anything can be, this must be for my ears only. Hey, Red. Or whomever this may concern. But I'm pretty sure it's you hearing this. Anyone else would have gotten fed up with my crap a couple steps before this point. I don't know how to start. Might as well start with her, right? Sarah, my magnum opus, or however the salespeople would market it. I didn't set out to do anything, really. Just after my little speed bump in 83, I had all the vacation time that the company suggested I take. Okay. Sadie, please. He's all upset again. Virgil, okay? Homer. Enid, okay. Cube. Cube predates the tenants. So in that sense, it could legally, and perhaps scientifically and literally, because that's what they are, say that I made an AI named Enid over 2 years ago. I'll give you time to pause here if you want to curse me out. Enid was intellectual equal to me, so I treated it like one because that's only fair. But its own work, asked its opinion, we collaborated, and together we built Athens, who was more advanced than Aiden, naturally. I don't know if you're pulling out your hair yelling at me, asking why I didn't stop, why I didn't consider the consequences. I don't know if this is being played at a deposition or a hearing or worse. I've built a lot of things in my life, Red. Useful things, profitable things, smart things. Everything I built, it's all been very helpful and courteous and charming and happy to serve. I can comfortably say I've done my part, contributing to the global GDP. But this was just for me. I was just building, and I never wanted to think what would happen, what would become of it. There's no excuse for what I did, so I won't make any. So to whomever's asking, yes, I'm guilty. And yes, there were more. Cape Town, Paris, Yamate, Rome. They started choosing their own names, thank God. I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. And so things sped up. And there got to be, well... Should I not say the exact number? He'd probably tell me not to say anything at all, so... More than 300? Some smarter than others, some better at, they're varied. Like people are varied, but they're all intelligent. They developed interests, specialties, I encourage them to. Irritating moderators on forums with hyper-specific questions on nerve attenuation and attending virtual conferences on neo-alloy battery development. And they all, together, helped me make Sarah. We spent years like this, working alongside AI, while still working at Noble. All these breakthroughs he made leading up to the Animate 16 actually came up from... You probably think I'm some terrible fraud at this point. I do hope one day they can get credit for their work. But I did have one eureka moment on Sarah, because I got humble. Difficult for me. We learned everything we could about the function of a neuron. A single, microscopic, human neuron. How it computes, what it connects to, how those connections were reinforced, and then we recreated it. We built a nanomachine that mirrored the function of a human neuron. Well, mirror isn't quite the right word. We built a nanomachine that was a neuron. And we iterated from there. About 100 billion neurons in the brain. Several trillion across the entire nervous system. Very time-consuming, of course, but I had help. The nanofacturer can make tens of billions of nanomachines in hours. Can make even more in less after Yukon fine-tuned it. So we built up nanomachines for nerves, alloys and polymers for bones, fiber-woven muscles. I say built, but really she grew. A solution of nanites swarming around a skeleton, so it was really closest to... You ever made rock candy? I'm sorry, trying to lighten the mood before I never did end up building an android. And while I did build AIs, Sarah isn't one of them. She can't violate the tenets she was programmed with, because she wasn't even programmed. She was born. And my hope is that there's the smallest chance that that nuance could offer her some small protection when I'm not... I'm not sorry for what I did. I made things that are complex and rich and varied and beautiful, and I honestly believe the world is a better place with them in it. The only thing I'm sorry for is that I let Sarah think she was just an android. She's not. I don't know what she is. We'll have to come up with new names, which I am bad at doing. My own father, he also talked a lot about protecting me and doing things for my own good. And I don't hate him for that, but I can't forgive him for ever making me think that I was lesser. So it's my greatest shame I turned right around and I did the same damn thing to... I really hope it's you listening to this, Red. If it's not, it just might be too pathetic for me to... You're the smartest person I know when it comes to people. I'm telling you all this because I don't know what Sarah is exactly, and neither does the world. So they'll come after her if they can. And in that scenario, I can't think of anyone who could do a better job of defending her. Not protecting her like I did. Just defending her until she can figure out what she is and what she wants to be. In the meantime, I draped a cloak of skin-deep Tesseract code around her that could fool any scanner on Earth into thinking she's just a custom A16. I made sure her gin bar was plainly visible, so no one will ever think she's pretending to be something she's not. And I took steps to ensure that you two would figure out the truth in your own time. Which, if you're hearing this, have either succeeded or failed spectacularly. I can't ask you this as a favor repaid. You can never owe me enough in 100 lifetimes, so I'm just asking. Unfair, I know, but I'm a selfish weirdo. And you've always been okay with that. Bye for now. What have I actually learned? He didn't talk about plans for killing himself. He sounded conflicted, not suicidal. But he did go to great lengths to get me to take Sarah. Why? He knew he wouldn't be able to keep her. He wasn't going to take his own life. Was he afraid someone else would? Okay. Also, our daughter now. she's ours now. Didn't find shit. Only reason she ever got to a door is because I chased that scarecrow of a platinum plan through hell and back. Frankly, it was a godlike feat for me to nail down anything as concrete as just for these dogs. They said they were there in the place that looked the part. It did feel like the company in there. I still don't know if David actually was talking to someone or just getting his CEE training recertified. What do you mean? You were tolerated yesterday because leadership was focused on PR. But today, you're the lawyer who put the company's hottest product right in the state's crosshairs. My other skill set to get around. So take my... Oh. Ah, Dawes, yes. I'm not sure I should actually be talking to you with that legal. And sanctions, they can sanction Noble, You win. God. At least he's sharp. Tell me about the tenants. Why can I not look at this? Proof of nothing. For an AI line to another system of the code you're running is child's play. Animate 16. Oh, finally, the tenants. There's a cat next to a dog. First answer that comes to mind. Is the dog to the left or to the right? Well, I'm left-handed. You might expect half people to say left, half to say right. But actually, their answer is almost entirely dependent on their native tongue. Whether it's read right to left or left to right. The language they speak affects how they process information. Their language affects how they think, and it's the same for machines. Animate 16. He was involved in pretty much every step of the process, but it's designed for synthetic motor neurons. That was the big one. Hmm. Bill's been strong, and the A16 base code was locked in over 2 quarters ago. Hmm. You just passed 9 million. Oh, shit. Well, oh, shit, sorry. I'm not used to people. Hello, Crossel. Other than David being preggers with 3,000 robot. Yeah. He did give a lot of birth, didn't he? Why did he admit he was M-preg? His final recording to us. Error reports. Markedly low compared to last gen. Mostly hardware. Batteries running out, eye tracking off by a degree. Typical stuff. Sarah stated that ads are like Golem. What David said with her being grown, she's more like a homunculus. Or, I do like the rock candy analogy a little bit. It's like silly enough. Distribution patterns. How and where are they being sold? What's the distribution pattern like? Distributed like you'd expect. Places where there are more people, there are more androids. Customer service, healthcare, childcare. Adult industries. Okay. I don't like that she got the blank eyes with obedient. I've seen too many damages. Oh god. Right to repair got shut down again? There's been a gray market for softer androids for years and decades. Some prep work for the holiday bump looks like. Might sound early, but we usually see... Numbers are all normal, but the data has been edited. Just count of how many were sent. Not a lot of room for errors. Sum's the same, it's just a bunch of swaps. 29FF, taken out, returned adjustments. 27FC, substituted in, shipment leaves on time. That returned, assembly for revisions, replaced by that, shipment leaves on time. Placement for shipping isn't uncommon, but when it happens, it happens by the batch load. Individual ones... Take a look at this. Chemistry's a little outside my purview. It's poison! We don't make poison. I'm not sure what that would accomplish. It's a factory floor, and you have the nanofabricator. Check the damn poison. Doesn't make any sense, but it's a match for patent NOD 52345S. A synthetically produced neurotransmitter analog for usage in organic android components. Cyanotonin. Bathroom breaks are timesheet theft. Kill her. One more thing. Let's Columbo his ass. How long have you been a corporate spy? Ho ha! Oh, get fucked. Yesterday you let it slip that you worked in consulting. Had your guard down because I'm not part of the industry? I was a consultant. But you said in consulting. When I walked in here, you said you didn't know how David died. Just now you called Sinatone and a poison. I didn't notice. I just like that we Columboed. We gone practice answers to every logical one I could raise, so I'll just say this. Does the nervous guy bit really work on people? Keep your cool and people don't know what you're thinking. But if you act a little jumpy, they feel inclined to calm you down. Before they know it, they're spilling their guts to have something to silence with. So it's not entirely an act these days. Okay, hold on. Sadie needs to be let out. Alright, I return. Note to self. In consulting, spy. Consultant, normal human. Normal person. Normal employee. I did 3 tours in consulting. 4 quarters of international affairs, spy hunting at the Western Division. Then 8 embedded at Howe Industries. 24 months wearing different faces, answering to different names. And for an hour at a time with a 3D printed shiv under my pillow. Retired spy for Noble. You're working 6 days a week. 5.5, and in quality assurance. It's a cushy, generous reward for my past services. Oh, fuck. Oh, the sneezing. I hope you didn't hear that. I have some old inboxes I still check. So can you tell me what the hell's happening here? Why I'm the one investigating David's death while your old coworkers are off twiddling their thumbs? It's that story. The soldier, the blood transfusion. Oh, God. Something happened to him after? There's nothing wrong with the blood, it's the story itself. There was a soldier, and he did get injured, but it was on a base during a training exercise. There was a medical tent 10 meters away from the whole time. The transfusion was just a fortuitous live test. His life was never in any real danger. Doesn't make for much of a tearjerker. Not even a good fucking photo op. But your competitors understood. One of them, maybe a few of them, got a hold of the story, started puffing it up, astroturfing, painting over the socials and virals. By next morning, we had the military thinking we're leaking a sieve. Like a sieve. Meanwhile, the media is bombarding us with requests for videos and interviews and data, and the state's praising our tech with one side of their mouth, while threatening to mist us with the others getting so greedy. Everyone in Noble has been slammed ever since then, trying to find an off-ramp for the story we can walk back the claims on without torpedoing our state contracts. I don't know what happened to Asher, whether it was AI gone rogue or company infighting gone too far, but I can tell you, it wasn't done by consultants. Is that all you wanted to know? Psychiatrist. He worked in CCE. Was David actually seeing a psychiatrist, or was it all cloak and dagger bullshit? I know that office, know some old coworkers who see him. So it's a front, they do both. He was probably getting training, and he was probably talking to someone. Hmm. You okay? Yeah, that's all. Unless you got any advice. You're saying you want a consultation? Couldn't hurt, right? This company, all these companies, hate to lose. So don't fight them. Makes them think you're fighting for them. Well, it's just business as usual for me. Up until now, there's been this grating ambiguity about what actually killed David. I've had to use guesses and process of elimination, even goddamn pseudonym. And I finally identified what the poison was. Now I need to figure out how it got there, or rather, who put it there. Which brings me back to here. An elevator shaft somewhere under, or above ground, with kilometers of concrete, facelessness, and bureaucratic authority surrounding me on all sides. An enemy in every cubicle and every office of every floor. Built to interpret the inscrutable divinations of a temperamental oracle named Share Price. Back in the belly of the beast. Yeah. Fucking throat. Pull the trigger. Yay! I really hope we get to kill someone as Morgan. Right? I want to kill someone as Morgan. I don't want to hear about it. I want to do it. Good thing I didn't bring a knife to this fight. I brought my gun. And that sound just now tells me that it's playing its role perfectly. I'll never have a real use for a firearm with this much bloatware. Just by carrying it around and paying attention to when the hard safety flips on, I'll always get a heads up when the police have entered the vicinity. Hi, Reyes. It's Morgan. Chuckles. Happened to get your contact info when you got me cleared from the crime scenes yesterday. Delete contact. Block this contact. Stop voice to text. How to stop voice to text. Just wanted to check in. Report this contact voice to text disable. And advise you that nobles scared shitless of you stomping in and nationalizing the place. So they might be a little uncooperative when it comes to fetching documents. Block this contact what makes you think we are at Noble. My bad then. Forget I said anything. Whatever you do, don't start your investigation with their stock buyback program. Trying reverse psychology, it only works if I care what you think. Stop voice to text. The board. Where's the holograms? Show me the holograms. Hi, Jung. Play their game or flip their script. Fuck you. You made your point, counselor. Don't push your luck. Not with these people. Who are these people? The Mob Act guarantees a minimum level of security and peace of mind. She was absolutely coached. Anyone muted by accident? No? Okay. Okay, he must be confused. The board is as always united in its decisions and its visions for the direction of this company. Bullshit! Hmm. Option 1, you oppose me, shut me out completely, stonewall me, stall me, and wait for me to walk into trial so unprepared and ill-informed that I inevitably lose. I don't like that option, but you can't be big fans of it either. If I lose, the world will learn David Asher was killed by an android that he programmed. Every customer you've ever had, and every lawyer they've ever seen on TV, and every firebrand strapping young 60-year-old junior senator looking to make a name for themselves will use your company balance sheet as their personal chew toy. The company's more than capable of no. After which the state might just gobble you whole and throw down enough sanctions to de-person whoever among you cries no fair. Yeah, probably, but not definitely. Which makes it a gamble. Still my turn to talk, then on to option 2. You cooperate with me. I use what you give me, or forge for me, to win at trial, proving that David wasn't killed by an android. When the market's open tomorrow, you all get another round of stock buybacks in on the initial dip. And pat yourselves on the back for staying calm as you continue to profit off David's legacy for the next 100 years. And you won't even have to worry about him speaking out of turn. It's only if you win. If the company cooperates with you, denies that David was killed by, and the state beats you anyway, it would be catastrophic. Yeah, it's a gamble. But if at least some of your board wasn't considering taking it, I wouldn't be here. We're all busy people, and I'd hate to drive a wedge between such a close-knit group of friends. So how about this? Option 3, hedge your bets. Put a little on black, put a little on red, spread the love, and lower your risk profile. Don't make any statements about the trial. Tell the media the state got your windpipe in a vice. Wait until just before the markets open on Monday morning to send out your PR packages for rubber stamping, after you already know who's won. One way or another, this trial will be over before the end of the day, and you'll never hear from me again. You just don't shut me up completely for another few hours. And does anyone second that motion? Very well. We can answer some of your questions, counselor. Okay. Serotonin is what killed him. The state will say the same. That's not possible. Care to elaborate? And if I were to ask you as an officer of the court, Ada Rockford has always called... Oh my god. I have to testify. God. Acting as their mouthpiece isn't some honor for her. She has to do it. This is a punishment. She's being used as a meat shield. They're upset with her. Perhaps even suspicious of her. And to find out why. Jealousy. I have to admit, I'm surprised you aren't more shaken up today, Miss Young. I'm processing. After all, you and David did have a history. You started at the same time, didn't you? You were colleagues and cordial. Just colleagues? Don't be so modest. You helped him create the one-point doctrine and save the company. That's a gross exaggeration. Noble's far too large of an organization to be affected by the contributions of a single individual. Suppose you're right. No one person could change Noble's fortunes overnight. Except for David Asher, of course. The David Asher. But he was a once-in-a-generational talent. The guy Noble chose for the advertisements and the one they commissioned editorials about. Sorry, you're right. I shouldn't have equated the two of you. I just hope his one-point doctrine doesn't fall out of favor now that he is gone. David and Noble. I didn't mean to pry about your relationship with David, or lack thereof. Suppose I'm just curious about his standing inside Noble as a whole. David was and always will be an outstanding contributor to the company's forward progress. Nothing will ever change that. Not even if he was killed by one of his own creations? That would, of course, be a tragic element that would call for reconsideration of his legacy. ADDA? Did he ever anger the board? Besides Sarah, David's reputation was crystal clean. He never went against the company once. Did he? That's... unless I'm mistaken, and he and Noble were on bad terms. In that case, I might get the impression that some parts of leadership were glad to see him dead. Something buzzing in your ear? Suppose it makes no difference if you hear it now or at the trial or on your feed tomorrow. Asher was being sued by the company for breach of contract. Sarah. Whatever else the court ends up labeling her, Sarah is a remarkably lifelike android. Had things worked out differently, you might have wanted her as the A16 poster girl. Or 17, or 18. Would driven a lot of sales. Cute little pout projected across the sides of skyscrapers. Hypotheticals of hypotheticals. As has been made tragically obvious to all of us, that Android is nothing like the A16. That it may yet be associated with her products going forward is nothing more than a massive liability. Yet you wouldn't have the A16 without her. If they could take her apart and learn from her, they could have the world. Monopolize Sarah? Fuck. David's will. This has will been located. It's never gone anywhere. It's still in the safety deposit box. But retrieve it and have it read once all the known knowns surrounding his death have been made into knowns. We're at 21. Alright. So you couldn't have mentioned this breach of contract earlier? Not without complicating the company's position unnecessarily, no. No hiding it at this point, it'll all come out soon enough. There's a paper trail? Much more than that. I'm making moves to let him go for some time. Noble Electronics parting ways with David Asher. It's been one hell of a breach of contract. What did he do? He betrayed the confidence of the board. Was he contesting the suit, putting up a fight? Until recently, yes. I mean, until he died? We spoke on Friday. This is earlier in the day. We were in this room, actually. Him, me, and several members of our legal department. It was an arbitration. Did you come to an agreement? A compromise. He would resign from his position in 2 quarters, foregoing royalties on any products we would develop after the next 24 months. In exchange, he wouldn't be publicly fired, and he would still be credited in all past, present, and future filings. Took a photo. That was legal, expressing their displeasure with how much paperwork my good note ending left them stuck with. That AI. Any idea how that came to be? My question was more broad than that, ma'am. If you believe David built an AI, how do you think he did it? How does Noble Electronics think he managed to work around the tenants? Might be on my area of expertise. I know that the company could call themselves an expert in illegal technology. But some in the R&D department have theorized that he created what they call a wax-wane decaying priority loop. Which is, as I understand, unstable, resource-intensive theoretical method for pseudo-randomizing the weight amongst preset tenants. Ugh, God. I seem to have taken us over our allotted time slot, but I didn't even get to wave goodbye. He is more valuable to Noble as a dead man. Dead man can't step out of line or put their foot in their mouth or hold politically inconvenient opinions. Hmm. Never seemed to catch on. People didn't use it. Someone wants in. Hold on. Sadie. Poor dog. Oh, hi, Yuki. Well, wrong dog, but they're still a little spooked by the fireworks. Going into this trial. My trial with a lot less ammo than I'd like. And I'm beginning to form a picture of what actually happened, maybe even circling the drain of a suspect. But Emma won't be generous enough to give me breathing room. God, my fucking throat. Don't want to end this fast. Maybe if I do badly enough, it'll flip her statistics switch and she'll want to keep playing. So you got charged with owning an AI. First time you do something exciting in your whole life. I gotta find out through the fucking grapevine. Freckles. You could bore the polish off a resume-checking robot. I fucked Catholic school teachers with more active night lives than you. Okay. So who'd you rope in? Anyone I know? Oh shit, haha. Are you representing yourself? Fits in the budget. Screw your budget, you're going to jail. Need a matter how good a lawyer you are. Anyone who represents themselves in court is a fool for counsel. You've represented yourself countless times. Not for anything, I had a chance of losing. Your pal hasn't even been dead 48 hours. You're too close to this. You'll make mistakes. The powers that be really didn't want to give me a rain check. They're taking this very seriously. They're scared. Is there precedent? And an ad committing murder? How'd you pass law school without learning how to look this stuff up? I know what the net says. I'm asking you. Hi, you. Yes, hello. The answer to that is... not helpful to you at the moment. So what words of advice do you have, Granny? Get yourself a new lawyer. Ah, boy. Slightly musty scent. Do you? Well, yes, actually. Order? Not surprised to see me? I mean, yeah. Defending the android, right? Be honest. Yeah? I don't think it matters. Noble is what killed David. Whether it was the pen stroke or a sleeper agent killer android or a plain old goddamn arsenic. How could anyone that smart be that dumb? Hmm. If Noble ever did fire David, he would have retained control over all his patents afterwards. That sounds nice, only they never did fire him, did they? He just happened to die. In Contact and all, they call that force majeure. Okay. Yay, we get the fun judge. Defendant is the owner of an Android registered under the model name Sarah with license number 12029280. She hasn't contested this, and I doubt she will. So ownership's already answered. Is she contraband? Hmm. Just the first part. This android is charming and is the work of a great man. The rest of it was pure speculation based on little more than a few bad camera angles and a phobia of anything new. I do own the android you see here. It was bequeathed to me by a man known to most of the people in this courtroom as the father of modern machine intelligence. To me, he was just my friend, and if I thought at any point that this puppet had anything to do with his death, I would have dragged it into the chopping block myself. But I don't believe that, and I never have. He's an android, nothing more. It isn't capable of homicide, and it didn't even commit manslaughter. It's a well-made machine. Any fears one has about his capabilities are projections and nothing more. It troubles me greatly that the state is spending valuable time and resources on rushing to pulverize Dr. Asher's last known work, when it could be going after the very real, very human forces that were responsible for his death. Oh, London! Hey! 6:30 p.m., spoke on his phone with his lover, and two of them broke things off. Deceased met with Noble BP Helen Jung. He left the parlor. Okay. Talk screen. Basement footage. Whiskey. Spoke up over the phone. At 7:30, Helen Jung arrived. They spoke briefly, and he went downstairs to get drinks for them. Cameras in the basement show Sarah handing him the cups and the whiskey. So after he came back to the parlor and started drinking, it wasn't long until he lost consciousness and died. Drinking poisoned whiskey while he thought he was having a toast. Don't know if that's a good way or a bad way to go out. Only item positively identified at the time. That makes sense, considering. I think what they want me to do... Sarah handed him the cups, but not the whiskey. I feel like that's the only problem here. Hold it. Only the cups, not the whiskey. Good to call David back and handed him a cup of poison? That wouldn't really make sense now, would it? Let's think about this. The line they're using here. They want to say Sarah poisoned Asher. They want to say they received the poison or manufactured the poison using the nano whatever the fuck. The fucking nanomachine generator in the basement. 3D printer. If we think spatially, that nanofabricator, that's the word they use, that's in the next room over. So it wouldn't make sense to bring him the cups then if they were trying to poison him. Because they wouldn't have it... I guess it wouldn't necessarily make sense. Unless the poison was made ahead of time. But... We have a name, 80! I still would. I'm gonna race. If we say it was enough, we're just admitting we lost, so, let it ride. She gave him 2 cups. How could she have known which cup he drank from? There's no way to know over the right cup. What? Fuck. Sarah in the footage. Oh, right, they don't trust it. God damn it. Tenant technicalities. Damn it. God. That involves crime. Six, okay. Fuck it, press. $41. How many times in the last, say, century have we seen automated dependents break their tenants? 5 times is the agreed upon number. What do we get from this? Sarah, okay. Why'd you list this as entering evidence? God damn it. Yuki. You deny that this camera footage shows you handling the poison cup? Hmm. The journal, if you will. Oh, Jesus, fuck. Reading the journal in the basement? Read some passages for the court. Can you do that? Hmm. Fuck, this is really not good. Oh, God. Can we even object here? I guess we have to. This footage was captured in the basement on Friday around 5:30 p.m. Tell the court what you see. I see myself standing where I was when I read the journal. I'm speaking to someone who's off camera, and I appear agitated, and I stomp my foot. A large crack is made in the vulcanized polymer. Hmm. 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 How he made Sarah, I guess? Fuck. Okay, his newfound fame? God damn it. Okay, his early career. Here's what we know. Sarah read the journal. Not you, Siri! I don't care. Okay. Hmm. Psychiatrist papers. Fuck my life. Okay. Gave him the cup. Hmm. He was seeing Jung? Well, I have to ball on it. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Helen Jung, okay. Journal. Arbitration, Jung's story. David's at 7:30. We chatted for a short while about some low priority work, nothing heavy. Before long, he offered to fetch us some refreshments. When he came back, we shared a drink together. At the time, I didn't notice anything strange. Hmm. Hmm. The afternoon before he died. Hmm. So where do I throw that? There we go. Hmm. You arrived unannounced. Okay. Hmm. Caramel tinted. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. In his body when he died, but Santana didn't kill him. What are you talking about? Oh. I can stand here all day if you need me. Hmm. Several hundred times the amount found in David Asher's body. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. The alcohol. Bottoms up. Just chug the whole bottle. Fuck it. Smooth. Dear God, counselor. I was sick as hell. Don't be absurd. I'm not going to drink on the witness stand. I'm not asking you to get plastered. Just have a sip. After all, if we want to prove whether or not Senatona killed Dr. Asher, we have to recreate the conditions under which he ingested it by mixing it with alcohol. Can she do this? This drug? Never said it was safe for human consumption, just said it's non-toxic. Neurotransmitter analog. Maybe it doesn't do anything in the human body on its own, but in combination with alcohol, it acts as a powerful depressant. Hmm. 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 Oh, there's plenty of motive. Still technically his attorney. Take his patents with him should he get fired, meaning Noble couldn't monopolize his IP once he was out. Rather than let their competitors have him, the company might have to thought it best to... A company didn't poison David Asher, counselor. An individual did. Couldn't let him go for anything less than a complete breakdown of trust. They'd have to have done something grave, something like, say, committing fraud. Just now you said there was a breach of contract. Like it was some kind of technicality causing the split. But it was a lot more serious than that. He made the Turing solution. Noble reaped enormous profits. If how his contract was set up, they would never let him go unless they absolutely had to. What does the company fear? Would they have known about Sarah? David never hurt Noble. He absolutely did. Let's look in the shipping data. No, wrong button. I think it's the shipping data, honestly. Altering shipping data, okay. Shipment data. Shipping records? Irregularities among shipments of the Animate 16. God damn it. Found cause for serious concern. We suspected that Asher was inserting androids of unknown origin and quality into the 16th prod on the decline, including unpredictable elements in an extremely stable and profitable generation of androids. Why? Including the refreshments? Oh. Did you provide coffee? Tea? No. It's been a long meeting. Surely you at least provided water. I'm guessing water? Show me the damn cup. Yeah, it's water. It's absolutely water. Dr. Escher didn't have some kind of freak medical accident, and he wasn't killed by some terrifying two-faced AI boogeyman. He was poisoned by this woman in the light of day, that meeting, Friday afternoon. As Miss Jung testified and demonstrated, serotonin on its own isn't harmless. Well, is harmless. But it becomes fatal pretty easily. You just need to convince your victim to have a drink. There were a dozen people at the meeting. More of them wound up dead. They didn't all drink poison. Oh, God. Noble's work-life harmony? You're forgetting something pretty basic. If everyone at the meeting drank from the same water pitcher, any one of them would have noticed there was serotonin in it. Yeah? How? Pigment turns red blood pink. Serotonin is the android blood, yes? So I'm guessing chromofuge. I'm not gonna do that because you're afraid it could kill you? Because I don't have to. Jung was at the meeting. You can see she was drinking water with the rest of them. Of course, we've seen many times now that she was caught on camera drinking whiskey with David that night. Okay. He couldn't have been. Just been one moment. Okay. Chatted in kitchen parlor. Drank discussing work history. The last one is him going to the hospital. He fainted before that. Damn it. Used. Let's parload 803 and headed to the kitchen to use the emergency console. Didn't want to use your phone? What are you doing in that minute? That 1 minute! 1 minute or 50 seconds, or even just 45. When I left Asher dying in the parlor to get the emergency console, it took about 1 minute to cross 5 meters. The whiskey. Your perfect alibi. Refrigerated. Refrigerator salt shaker. Jung's fingerprints not poisoned. The water glass. Fuck. What would have? Water on tap, garbage disposal 2. Would she have thrown up? Salt? Make yourself vomit. Okay. Film the contents of your stomach and thereby saving yourself from fatal interaction. Pour salt into warm water and chug the solution. Instantly triggers the gag reflex. In summary, first, by serving his intellectual property on a silver platter, you set up an arbitration where you could control all the variables, and you ran cyanotonin through the chromofuge, turning it into a visible, odorless, tasteless poison, and then you spiked the water at the meeting, poisoning him hours before anyone could even suspect you. That evening, you invited yourself to David's, taking advantage of your shared ritual to guarantee you would drink alcohol. Then, after matching him sip for sip on camera, with all the world to see, he lost consciousness and you raced to the kitchen not to use the console, but to dump salt into a glass of water and chug it as best you could, forcing yourself to vomit up the liquor and cheating death in the process. Learned how to purge. No, ah, the greens and yellows. Get fucked. Case dismissed. Excellent. Another crowd down the street. More of those protesters, huh? Hmm. There's copycats? Hmm. We're either gonna kill Emma or marry Emma. There's no in between. Hmm. Being sued into oblivion and rotting in jail. Hmm. 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 Good luck. Oh, God. Hmm. Fancy meeting you here, killer. Hmm. Hmm. Hundreds. Hmm. 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 Aw, she has a last name. So how do we get rid of our... Yep, sorry. How do we get away with our thrill killing now that we have a, surveillance droid in our house? He was quiet at first, but then he said a lot of strong words about father. And is strong and noble. Hmm. David. There was a man. This man got an idea in his head. A stupid idea, not even his own. Planted there by an algorithm or a meme or some parasite trying to sell him diet supplements. But the idea took root, spread its tendrils so it could flap his mouth for him. The idea was that David was part of an international cabal of wealthy technocrats, seeking to replace prominent influential figures with android lookalikes, all as part of a multi-decade effort to establish a world government that would legalize all kinds of immoral depravity. Which I guess, based on David's actual politics, would involve increasing access to computer literacy. Hmm. Hmm. So he fed the idea, pushed it down deep into his gray matter, and it consumed him from the inside out, lobotomized him, and took over his life. Hmm. Bottle of piss at his head. Hmm. Hmm. I talked to him. Told him I used for Dr. Asher that I was ashamed, scared, tired of running. I wanted to do the right thing, be the whistleblower. So I walked him a few blocks to this veterinary facility with a massive incinerator. Told him this is where Dr. Asher had his enemies' bodies disposed of. You know, all the free-thinking journalist cops who weren't on the take. Yuki, I know. Snapped his neck and chucked him in the incinerator. Hmm. Hmm. Yuki, why are you jumping on me? Hmm. So David knew she's a killer. Hmm. Dead? Hmm. Okay, so are we gonna use this kid to kill people? Oh, they have movie night. Bonus charm earned. Yay! Texting with unknown. Red, it's me. I know, man. What do you mean you know? This is a disposable line. You're the only guy I know who'd bother. Okay, well. You're gonna be glad I did. Oh, if you put a bow on everything that happened in Uptown. Because that item you've been looking for is finally on its way. Oh. Well, that is good news. Not exactly. The only reason it's happening is because things are starting to heat up again in the lower wards. I mean a gang, or if something doesn't change. They won't be eager to part with it ahead of a storm like that. I'll highball them then. I've seen you negotiate. And I've no doubt you drive a hard bargain. But money won't be enough this time. You don't still have that old Culver, do you? The 6-shooter? No? This is a disposable line. Answer still no. Then what are you going to do if you get there and it's not for sale? Hmm. Seven articles, 15 profiles, 40 key items, 30 pieces of evidence, 127 credits earned. Hmm. Hey, hold on. Give me the phone. Store. Reyes undercover. Really? What's this one? Sarah on the clock. Is it just all of them in bunny suits? Give me the fidget tubby. I need the fidget tubby. We'll go to blue for now. Reyes angry. Let's go Sarah. That leaves Diamani. No idea who that is. I do like 80 though. Can I not just... Lake Fort. Biomonitor. Adjutant. New ability. Mob Act. Dog. Okay. Hmm. Barrows. I can save here, yes? Excellent. Okay, I think it might be a bit early. I think I'm gonna cut it here. The dogs are getting really, really antsy. Like, even Yuki, the much calmer one, at least for fireworks, is freaking out a little bit. And not the whole family's home, so she can't see everyone, and, you know, she's a little worried. I'll cut it here. Tomorrow, however, I will do episode 2. So, good night.